All right. We'll go to the last article of Imaan. Number 6 is Qadr. 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 Or predestination. Predestination. I ain't going to stay too long on this subject because, as the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, this is something that we can't even understand. The Sahabas, he told them, don't ask too many questions about this because you ain't going to understand Qadr. But I'll give you a couple of hadiths, inshallah, to give us just a little bit of understanding of Qadr, inshallah. Okay? But we must believe in Qadr. We must believe in predestination. This is something that is a part of our Iman as Muslims that we believe, right? That everything that is done or everything that happens is by the decree of Allah, by the will of Allah, by the power of Allah. Okay? So let's write a couple things down. To believe in Qadr or predestination means that we believe that everything is by the will of Allah. By the will, by the decree, by the power of Allah. Qadr, predestination. It's already predetermined. It's already been written. Okay? We believe that everything is already by the will, the decree, and the power of Allah, meaning it's already written. Already written. Already written with Allah. Everything is by the will, the decree, the power of Allah. It's already written. Anything that happens, it's already been written. You can't stop it. If it happened, it was already decreed to happen. Right? Somebody dies, it's already, that's the qadr of Allah. They died at a young age, they died at a old age, it's by the decree of Allah. Oh my God. That's why when someone dies, we're not supposed to cry and wail and, because that will take you out of the realm of Islam, because you are denying qadr. What do you mean, why? Why? You can't say why. Allah already decreed this. Right? We know the hadith that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said that when the angel comes after 120 days, 40 days and 40 days and 40 days, then it says that the malaika, again the malaika what? The angel, it comes and blows the ruh into the womb of the mother. And at 120 days, it's already written how old the baby's going to be, when it's going to die, if it's going to be a boy or girl, how much money, where it's going to die, etc. Heaven or hell, after 120 days. Okay? Right? It's already decreed about the baby, when it's going to die, where it's going to die, how much money it's going to have, heaven and hell, already decreed. So while the baby's still in the womb, it's already been written when the baby's going to die. So when the baby dies or when the person comes to a certain age and death overtakes them by the decree of Allah, by the qadr of Allah, we don't say, why? Why? We don't say, why? We say, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Right? This is what we say. Allah said in the Quran, say, verily, from Allah we came, and to Allah we return. This is what we say. We're told in hadith that whenever something bad befalls us or something happens to us, we don't get, we don't slapping our faces and all that. No, we say, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And Allah will give us ajratain. He'll give us double reward for understanding that this is by the qadr of Allah, and we remain patient. Huh? If someone dies, we don't get all this, man, why? Right? He said death is a reminder. Death is a reminder. Meaning that one day you're going to die too. So you better make sure that you die in the best state possible. Right? Because we believe in Yom Qiyamah. We believe in the Day of Judgment, right? So that means that we're preparing for the Day of Judgment. So that when death overtakes us, it means that we were preparing for it. We made sure that we got ready for it. Why? Because Allah promised us it. Yeah, it's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to happen, so you better get ready for it. You better stay ready. So you ain't got to get ready. Because once the malaika comes, it's over with. You ain't get, hold on, wait, let me try again. No, man, it's over with. Okay? But qadr, predestination. Everything is by the will, the decree, and the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's already written. You remember the hadith. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the first thing created is what? The what? The pen, the qalam. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the first thing created was the pen. And after he created the qalam, he created the pen, he told it to do what?
To write down everything.
To write down everything that's going to happen. And he said that he created this 50,000 years before he created the heavens and the earth. Before he created the heavens and the earth. 50,000. 50,000 years before he created the heavens and the earth, Allah subhanahu created the qalam. He created the pen, and he told it to write down everything that was going to happen. Okay? So 50,000 years, even before the heavens and the earth, before Adam and Eve, before all the other creations, everything was already written with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another hadith with regards to Qadr, so we can have an understanding of Qadr. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was with the Sahabas, he was with Abu Bakr and Umar. And this is in Hadith Qudsi. And he was speaking about Adam alayhi salam, and he said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grabbed from the loins of Adam with a hand, with his hand. And he said, after he grabbed from the loins of Adam alayhi salam with his hand, he said, these are the people of Jannah. Then he grabbed again with his hand, he said, well, these are the people of the Jahannam, or these are the people of the Nar. Right? It said that Umar bin al-An, that he cried profusely to the point that his beard was soaking wet. After this hadith, after the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had explained this to them. So he said, Ya Umar, why are you crying? He said, because I do not know from what hand or what set of people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grabbed me from. He said, don't worry, Umar, you're from the people of the Jannah. So even with this hadith, it's already been decreed that Allah picked and already chose the people that's going to be in the hellfire and the people that's going to be in the Jannah. Right? The only people that don't know, we don't know. But Allah already knows. He already picked them. Okay? Another hadith with regards to Qadr. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that there is a man, and he does all the actions of the people of the hellfire. He's horrible. Right? Fasik, zalim. He's horrible. Maybe killing people, maybe doing zina, whatever. He is destined to go to the hellfire because you see all the actions that he does of the hellfire. Then he says he comes in arm's length, or in another narration it says a bow's length from mount, from death. Then it says, then the Qadr, the decree overtakes him, and he starts to do the actions of the people of the Jannah, and he's entered into the Jannah. Again, there's a man who does actions of the people of the hellfire. I'm not going to write this down. Y'all can write this down shorthand in your own handwriting. There's a man who does all the actions of the people of the hellfire. So he's a horrible person. Then he reaches an arm's length away from death, or he's almost getting ready to die. In another narration, it says a bow's length. Two narrations. And it says that the Qadr decree, or the Qadr overtakes him, the Qadr, his predestination. And he does the actions of the people of the Jannah. Now he does the actions of the people of the paradise, and he enters into the paradise. So this is the person that you see him all day, every day for years. And he's just dope dealer, drug dealer, pimp, whatever, whatever it is that, murderer, gangbanger, killer, you know what I'm saying? And then right before he's getting ready to die, boom, his decree, the Qadr overtakes him, and he does the actions of the people of the Jannah, and he gets entered into the Jannah. This is inspiration. This is motivation. The other part of the hadith is a warning. And he said, there's a man who does all the actions of the people of the Jannah. Meaning he's the pious, Allahu Akbar, Salat, Sadaqah, right? Giving nasiha, right? He does all the actions of the people of the Jannah. He's going to heaven. Like you look at it, oh man, he's very pious, man. That brother, alhamdulillah, mashallah. He said, but again, he reaches an arm's length or a bow's length from death. Almost time for him to die. Then the Qadr overtakes him and he does the actions of the people of the hellfire and he goes to the hellfire. Cold, ain't it? That's scary, ain't it? You could be doing a whole bunch of actions, pious actions, and then right before you get ready to die, you start doing the actions of the people of the hellfire and thus go to the hellfire. So the first part is inspiration, motivation. You could be doing a whole bunch of stuff wrong, and then right before you die, you flip-flop the situation, you turn it by Allah's decree, because it's already been written for you to go to paradise. And you do the actions of paradise, and boom, you go to the Jannah. Y'all remember the hadith about the man who killed 99 people? Yeah. Then he asked somebody, well, can I be forgiven? He said, no. And then he killed him too, so now he killed 100 people. And then he just had the niyah. He just had the intention of changing his life or making a istighfar, tawbah to Allah, and Allah forgave him of his sins. But he just killed 100 people. Right? Right before he died, boop, the Qadr, just from having the niyah of changing his life, Allah entered him into the Jannah. Now the next part, man, it's a warning for us, because we say, man, I'm Muslim, man, I'm on Deen al-Haq. Shoot, I'm praying, man, I'm dinged up, man, you can't, man, shoot. He said there's people like this, right? Then right before they die, they flip-flop the game, right? They do something else, right? They want to play. Well, let me just try to do this for a little bit. I just want to play for a minute. I'm gonna just dip in and out real quick, and I'm gonna get back and shoo, Allahu Akbar, right? But we don't know that if we dip or flip-flop out of the deen, that we might get stuck up out in that chaos, because we don't know when it's time to go, right? So we don't even got the opportunity to play with it. Because some people, they play with it, they don't even come back. Y'all know some of the people, right? They play with the deen, go out for a minute, man, I'm just going to play for it. I'm going to play the game a little bit. I'm going to go out here and sell dope a little bit. I'm going to go out here and drink a little bit. I'm going to go out here and party for a minute. And they die in that state. They didn't get the opportunity to get back. Didn't get no get back. It's over with. Then, but yet they want us to make janazah over them. SubhanAllah. Okay? So this is also an example of Qadr. Right? It's already written. It's already written. Allah said it doesn't matter if you stay home or go out on the battlefield. If it's written for you to die, you can't stop it. You could be up underneath this table. Well, shoot, I'm going to hide under here. I'm going to go way over here and they can't find me. Man, if it's written for you to go, it's time for you to go. You can't stop it. The main thing is that when your time is ready to go, that you make sure that you're in the best state possible before you go. Okay? You guys understand? This is Qadr. Like I said, I'm not going to talk a lot about Qadr, because this is something that the Prophet ﷺ said don't ask too many questions about. The Sahaba didn't ask too many questions about. Right? Because one of the Sahabas said, well, if it's already written, then what's the purpose of me doing it? He said, because if it's written for you to do the actions of good, then you're going to do the actions of good. So be the amal salihat. Then go ahead and work. Work. Right? We don't just sit and like, well, it's already decreed, then it's going to come. No, man. You got to work for it as well. We don't just make dua to Allah, oh Allah, bless me with this, I want this, I want that, and then we just sit there. You got to work towards it. Right? Remember the hadith? There's a man who makes dua, he said, but his food is haram, his clothing is haram, his livelihood is haram, but he wants Allah to bless him with certain things. Nah, man, you got to work for it. Right? There is no Imaan without amal. There is no faith without actions. Okay? So this is Qadr. Any questions?